Hello, thanks for joining us again on the channel. Okay, yes, we've reviewed a lot of these. Too many, probably. But trust me, this one stands out. It caught me off guard, in a good way. Before we get started, there's a special discount if you're interested. The link is in the description and also in the top comment. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Starting things off, our first reviewer gives us their perspective.
This reviewer found this monitor to be an amazing match for their Mac setup. Right out of the box, it was a nice touch that both HDMI and DisplayPort cables were included. Our reviewer noted that while the provided HDMI cable worked fine, it capped the refresh rate at 100 Hz. To unlock the full potential, they opted for a separate USB-C to DisplayPort cable, which successfully achieved a much smoother experience, even though it meant sacrificing one of their computer's valuable Thunderbolt ports. One of the standout features for this client was the built-in 4-port USB hub. They found it incredibly useful, setting up their low-power devices like a keyboard, mouse, and webcam on the two designated quick charge ports. For higher speed needs, the other two ports proved surprisingly capable. When testing an external SSD, the monitor's hub delivered data transfer speeds that, while not as fast as a direct Thunderbolt connection, were significantly faster than plugging the drive directly into their computer's native USB-A ports. This made the hub a genuinely practical and performance-boosting addition to their workflow. The physical design also earned high praise. The included stand is so versatile and adjustable that our reviewer decided to use it instead of their own dedicated monitor arm. In terms of visual performance, the picture quality is fantastic. While the HDR mode can sometimes make colors look a little off, it was generally preferred for its vibrant output. To get the scaling just right on their Mac, they used a third-party app for more granular control. Finally, while the built-in speakers are of typical monitor quality, they are at least loud enough to be perfectly usable in a pinch.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer initially had a very positive experience with this monitor, primarily using it for console gaming with an Xbox Series S. Our reviewer noted that even though the console sometimes stretches the image to fit the screen's resolution, the picture quality in games like Warzone 2 looked great. The display performed well out of the box, hitting a smooth 120 Hz refresh rate at a 1080p resolution through its HDMI port, and the screen itself was flawless, with 0 dead pixels or other visual defects. Other quality-of-life features also stood out, such as the built-in optional crosshair and the highly appreciated height-adjustable stand, which was a significant plus for this client. The only minor complaint at first was the on-screen menu, which was found to be a bit of a pain to navigate. The main goal, however, was to achieve a 1440p resolution at 120 Hz, a feature the monitor's DisplayPort input supports. To accomplish this with the console, our reviewer purchased a separate adapter to convert the Xbox's HDMI output to the monitor's DisplayPort. At first, this setup seemed to be a success, and they were ready to recommend it. Unfortunately, upon closer inspection, this client discovered that while the console would indeed output a 1440p signal through the adapter, it automatically lowered the refresh rate to 60 Hz to do so. The sought-after combination of 1440p at 120 Hz was achievable with a PC, but not with their specific console setup. Despite still considering it a good monitor overall, it ultimately failed to meet the primary performance target for their gaming needs. Because of this specific incompatibility, the reviewer decided to return this display and continue searching for one that could fully support their console's capabilities.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer was genuinely impressed with this monitor. It actually arrived much earlier than expected, which was a fantastic start. Coming from an older, lower resolution display with a slower refresh rate, the difference was immediately noticeable. Our reviewer did mention that the default color settings weren't ideal right out of the box, but a little tweaking in the settings easily solved that issue and allowed them to customize the picture to their liking. This client also noted that the sheer size of this display took some getting used to in a good way. The physical design is appealing, and the stand offers impressive adjustability. You can raise, lower, swivel, and tilt the screen to find the perfect viewing angle. For our reviewer, that aspect alone made it a winner. So far, they've primarily used this monitor for gaming and report a smooth and fluid experience, thanks to the high refresh rate. While they haven't fully pushed the monitor's capabilities yet, waiting for a graphics card upgrade, it's already performing well even with their current hardware. Our reviewer also wanted to share a tip for other potential buyers. They recommend purchasing directly from Amazon. They found it to be a faster and more cost-effective option compared to using a courier service. Overall, this client is very happy with their purchase and believes it's a worthwhile investment, especially if you can snag it on sale. They particularly hope their review would be helpful to other customers in their country.
That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.